Okay, hello everyone. I'm Charlotte Siems, Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus, and tonight on our Spark call for Team Fire and Team Ignite, I'm going to be talking to you about how to light a fire on your February. So light your February fire. Today is February 2nd, 2017. Can you believe that? And it is actually Groundhog Day, I guess. So we're going to talk about lighting your fire. February is different than January. In January, there's a lot of excitement of people doing new things, and they're setting goals, and you have a new planner. That's really exciting to me, to have a new blank planner. People are making those New Year's resolutions, and they're starting their new goals, and they have these habits they're going to start doing, and there's a lot of forward motion in January. And so by February, most people have quit the meal replacement or the diet that they thought they were going to do. They've quit exercising because it's not exciting anymore. Okay, get this. Statistically, February 15th is the day that gym memberships drop down and fast food consumption goes up. So February is let's call it a reality check, and that may be true for you in your business. Maybe you felt a little disappointed with how your sales or your recruiting went in January. Maybe, at Christmas time, you might have thought, oh boy, wait till January. Everyone's really going to be, and that's true to a great extent. A lot of people join the Trim Up Challenge and things like that. But it could be that you're thinking, well, I thought it was going to be better than that. Well, in my experience, so, in this business, January hasn't necessarily been my best month for sales. In January, they're still thinking they're going to still go to the gym and that they're going to try this diet and they don't need any supplements or whatever. So by February and March, reality has set in. Winter illness, they've been in the midst of that. My daughter today was tested positive for type A influenza. She's pretty sick, but we are doing oils and other things, and definitely keeping up with their Plexus. But so people are dealing with sickness in their families. So they're going to start thinking, what can I do? By then people have, maybe they are not exercising like they thought, or they've quit. And those New Year's resolutions have kind of faded away. And so, boy, you are in a great position, especially in February and March, for your Plexus business, because this is a really great time to really step up your business. So how can you light your fire to make it a fabulous February? Number one, first of all, believe that it will be a fabulous February. Quit going around complaining or assuming the worst and thinking, well, it probably won't be any better this month. If you go around saying stuff like that, I mark my words, it will come true, because those words are going to build those beliefs, and then you're going to live what you're speaking. What you're thinking about and saying, you're going to create, because your brain's going to go, oh, okay, it's going to be a bad month. And their brain will make sure it is a bad month. And so believe that it will be a great February, and just plan that it will be. The things we do show what we really believe. Not what we say we believe, but what we do shows what we believe. And so that's really important to keep an eye on that and stay aware of what you're saying and believing about your February. Number two, light your fire. One way to do that is you turn on your backup order. Don't have it off. Oh gosh, I could go on and on about this. Be commission qualified by the 15th, or the 1st is better. Turning off the backup order. Hey, I get financial issues. I have 12 children. My husband's a pastor, single income family for years and years and years. But, turning off your backup order is kind of a little just in case kind of thing. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, well, just in case I don't have any sales this month. It's like an escape route. And so instead of thinking, well, I'm not going to have to worry about it, it's not going to ship because I'm going to have these orders, whatever, which I hope it does ship. I mean, it really should be unconditional. I order so much product for my family because we use so much that it's not a problem for me, because I never, ever, ever want to run out of these products. But anyway, just, have your backup order on. You're training your brain by these little things. It may sound silly. I think my table's moving around. I'm in my chair. Sorry, it's bouncing. You're training your brain by these little things that you do. Like when you have your backup order off, you're training your brain. You're training your team by those little things. Oh my goodness. If you are frustrated at the end of the month because people didn't get 100 PV, but then you don't have 100 PV, or your backup order's not on, then we have to do the things we want our team to mirror. And it's almost scary how they can tell, even if we think we're fooling them. And it's not even that it's just a spiritual principle. They just will do that. They will mirror and do the things that we're doing. So light your fire by having faith and turning on your backup order. You're shaping your business and your future by these little things that you're doing and thinking and saying in your business. Back when I first started the business, I designed this little simple form to keep track of customers. I mean, I didn't want to do detailed because I knew I'd never keep up with it. It was just a real simple little thing. And when it came time to copy them for my notebook, I was going to just copy like one sheet. And this little voice said, "Charlotte, is that all you have the faith for?" And so I think I copied 6 sheets, and I think like 25 people fit on each sheet or something. And I realized it was a step of faith, something as simple as copying 6 copies of that sheet of paper. And it was a step of faith in saying, I believe I'm going to have this many customers. And you know what? I eventually did. So take care that you are living in faith, even in those little things. Okay, number 3 is don't get stuck in the planning. Let me ask you a question. Are you planning or planting? There's this tendency to want to, get the new Plexus planner that you earned, or, whatever, planner or calendar you use, and do all this planning, and you get all these systems set up and have a card file, and, you're just really watching videos to figure out how to follow up and all that stuff, which is good stuff. But what happens is you spend all your time doing that kind of thing, and you get this mental satisfaction that you did something. It's a mental satisfaction that, oh boy, I worked hard on my Plexus business today. I mean, I can say this stuff because I've done it, so don't think that I'm getting on to you, and I'm perfect, because I'm not. But there's this mental satisfaction of just like, oh gosh, I worked so hard, when you really didn't do anything that moved your business forward. So you just have to be careful about that. Even being really excited about your goals and talking about them to a bunch of people, you can get so much mental excitement going on the goals that you're planning on and telling people that you use up all that excitement, and then your brain thinks you did something. And so then you don't do the things that will actually get you to that goal. Sometimes it's okay to keep your goals a secret. I mean, I'm not, you just have to be careful about spreading it out and just blowing it everywhere and telling all your friends. And then you just feel like, your brain thinks that you did something. So there's something to be said for keeping promises to yourself and keeping those goals. And then I know other people feel like they need accountability for the goals, but I would still caution you about, using all your mental energy to talk about all that stuff all the time and then not actually doing anything. Same thing with doing things that don't move your business forward. So anyway, okay, number 4 is if you have some setbacks this month in February, then you have to stay motivated. And how do you do that? Well, let me ask you a question. What if those setbacks are part of the plan for you? What if those setbacks, those things were meant to teach us and grow us and renew our passion for that goal? I know when I've had setbacks and things didn't turn out like I thought, and I have a disappointment and someone turns off their order, of, a customer quits, whatever. Yes, those things are disappointing. But when I work through that and I get off the roller coaster and I just try to stay pretty even about it, then it really renews my passion. And I think, well, I'm just going to go find somebody else. We talk about staying off that roller coaster. That just means when you get a new ambassador or a new customer, not just, oh my gosh, oh, this is amazing, they're going to be a rock star, I know this, oh, it's going to be wonderful. And then when they quit, we're depressed and spend an entire day or a week just thinking I'm a failure, all that stuff. And instead, if you just kind of said, okay, this person's great, let's see what they're going to do, you just kind of keep it more even, then you're not going to have the ups and downs as much. So stay motivated after setbacks. A really huge way to stay motivated is to have your why and your goals in front of you. You know, I have been pretty much chair bound, like house bound, for weeks because I had foot surgery in December and I was non-weight bearing until a couple of days ago. And now I'm on crutches, slowly doing a few steps. And it's because I had pretty major surgery on my foot. And so a couple of weeks ago, I realized I was not working in my office because I couldn't put my foot up in there. And so I did something. I went in my office, and I have several of these. You see this little diamond? If you're watching the video, you see my little diamond. I got it at Hobby Lobby. It's a little diamond paperweight. Well, I have one next to my chair back in my bedroom, which is where I am. I have one on the windowsill of my bathroom because that's about the only place I go. And with a walker and crutches, it takes a while. So I have it on the windowsill of my bathroom. I have one next to the chair in the living room where I go when I'm spending time with my family. And then I also have several on my desk. And if there was somewhere else, I need to put one in my car. And that's just a visual way to remind myself of what my goals are. And I'll even tell myself, you know, I'm a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus. I'm so grateful and excited. That's just another visual way of reminding what my goals are. And so it makes it easier to keep going after those setbacks. So hope you might want to do that. And, you know, I don't know that it's necessarily, you know, you put a diamond in your car if you're a silver or you're not even silver yet. That might be too overwhelming for you. Maybe you need to have a silver something or gold to remind you. And then each step, you know, everybody's different. If you feel completely overwhelmed by having a diamond somewhere and you're not even silver yet, then I would say bring it in closer to you so and build your belief as you go, because it'll be a lot easier to believe for silver or for gold. Okay, so number 4 was to stay motivated after setbacks, and number 5 is just a few practical tips. You can, if you have a team, if you're gold or, you know, almost gold, you can get into your detailed genealogy and change the date to last month. So change it to January and then reset it. And then you can order your detailed genealogy by clicking on the PV column. And then that way it's in order from, you know, the PV from lowest to highest. If you click it again, it'll flip it and make it highest to lowest. And, you know, see who the people are on your team that have the top PV. You know, and I know we do these in the big groups, but you do it for your team. Recognize people. And also you can look at those numbers and decide who's really doing the work. And maybe if someone has really high PV, but they're not building their team, that maybe they need to learn how to flip customers to ambassador. You need, be working with your workers, and you can use your back office and statistics to be able to do that and actually see the numbers. I don't know I know many of you have probably watched the monkey math videos that are available on YouTube. There's one that's short, and then there's a longer one, and they explain how the numbers work and for you to set goals for ranking up and all those things. One thing I love about those videos is they say to set some goals even when you're not trying to rank up, but, you know, set a number goal for that month. And if looking at the numbers really scares you and shuts you down, then that's something for you to examine, because you're attaching a lot of emotion to the numbers, and they're just numbers. they're just numbers, and they're not going to hurt you. And you probably are bringing in a lot of emotions and beliefs from other parts of your life, years of poverty, a lack mindset. There's probably a lot of things attached to that, and that's something for you to examine and to work through and change your beliefs. And a lot of times we find out when we actually do look at the numbers that it's like, oh, okay, if we can break it down, it's more doable. And so I encourage you to do that practical thing of looking at the numbers, and find those videos, or your sponsor, or, Brenda or me or somebody can help you if you don't understand how to do that. For you, okay, another practical thing you can do for you to build your business and light your February fire is for you to keep reaching out to people. And if you've been doing this a while and you think, well, there's nobody left, I've talked to everybody I know about Plexus, that, my friend, is a mindset issue. If you think your warm market is gone, then it's time to go. Someone's asking, okay, what are actually, I'm gonna wait, and I'll turn off the recording and do Q&A after I'm done here. Okay, I'll keep going here. But what I said was, if you think you've talked to everybody, that's a mindset issue. That's wanting to do the business in a chicken way. And I can say it because I've done it. Like you only want to talk to people on Facebook, your friends on Facebook. You don't want to have to reach out to people you don't know, or real people, or things like that. I'm going to tell you the truth about this business, and that is that there are always more people. There are millions of people who need Plexus. There are millions of people who need help with their health, with their happiness, and their finances. And that's one thing I will say about Plexus, is it actually made me happier, because it was a physical thing, had to do with blood sugar and brain function and all those things. But anyway, there are always more people. And so maybe you just need to get some new skills. Did you know that skills are learned by repetition, by doing things over and over? Most of the things in network marketing are skills. They're not, you're born with it. I mean, there may be some personality types or people who had previous experiences that they did come in and know things better, but most things are just skills, and you get better at it by doing it over and over again. Try different action steps to see what works best for you. Not necessarily, there's as many ways of doing things as there are diamonds in this company. And sure, there are definitely, there are basic principles that work for everyone. But I guess I'm just encouraging you not to live in guilt, and not to, be working out of a feeling of lack and I'm not enough because I don't do it this certain way. Find the ways that you love to do this business. I know that in different groups there are ways of wording, and some of those are going to resonate with you more. And if they do, that's the way to use it. Most of the time, shorter things are best, the shorter messages. And so just for February, try some new ways of doing things. Post in the group and ask questions if you're not sure about how to do something. But I would just say that, to try different ways of doing things. The most important thing that you can do to make February a fabulous month is to do something. And you know what? Don't get overwhelmed with it. Like I said, my daughter's sick. I am recovering from major surgery on my foot. I guess as major as I can get on a foot, but just, different things that have gone on. My dad passed away just a few weeks ago. And so I've just had to deal with a lot, but there's little things I can do. I can set a timer for 10 minutes. I mean, I don't, to say that we don't have time to do this business is an issue of blocking. It's also a mindset issue, and it's fear, because it's fear of rejection from people, fear of people, just all those things. And that's something to deal with. The thing is most of the time when we're thinking that way, we are thinking of ourselves. We are not thinking of all those people out there that are sick and need help with their money, and they don't have money to buy shoes for their kids. I mean, and they need this business. And so it can really help to think, who can I help, before you start actually, doing the work of contacting people or posting on Facebook or whatever it is. That we have all the resources you need in the groups, in the Big Biz Ambassador Health Group, in Team Fire, in Team Ignite. The information is there. Oh, for goodness sake, your wonderful success kit. Go back to your success kit. I highly recommend that. That's a February challenge for you. Maybe you got the new success kit, at convention or whatever. Maybe if you joined a long time ago, pull that thing out and actually really look through it. Go back and watch the videos that are in the new, roadmap, the roadmap to silver or whatever, all that new stuff that's in our back office. Pretend you're brand new and go back through that stuff. That will really help light a fire in you. It is so exciting. I'll tell you what will fire you up is to look at the new company catalog. If you haven't ordered a paper one yet, you can go look at the virtual copy, and just to see the direction our company is taking with the beautiful natural graphics and all that stuff. It'll get you really excited about sharing Plexus, because our company really cares for us. They've got new stuff coming down the pike. Exciting things are ahead. We've been through some challenging times, but that was laying the groundwork. That should make you excited to realize how early you've gotten in this company when it's still young and still figuring all this stuff out. That's awesome. It's not an old, burned out dried up company that already knew how to do everything. So it's actually a really good thing. So anyway, so I hope these things helped you, just to think of some things in a different way and take advantage of this perfect season for sharing Plexus with people. Like I said, January's over. People, they thought they were going to stick with those resolutions. They went to the gym a few times, and now it's February and they're realizing, oh, I still got to do something. And so this is a great time to really step up your efforts and work really hard. Set yourself a goal. Okay, for all of February, I'm going to work harder than I normally do. And this is a great time of year to do that. So this February can be your best month yet of your business. And so that's what I'm hoping for all of you. So I hope this has helped. I'm going to turn off the recording now and we'll do a little bit of Q&A if you have some questions.